is this?
A center for ants?
Well, I must say, for a casual weekend, quite an experience.
You allow this sort of thing in your department, you're basically saying it's okay.
Hold on, and throw your snack case.
My life is interrupted by
Yummy,
pointless
fluffy,
conversations
soft
like this one.
Shut up!
It's Hard-Headed Sports with Spinny and Fetty Bus. Famous for their podcasts, you can now catch them right here on The Al Travis Show.
Love having him on. He's Spinny from Hard-Headed Sports. And don't say anything to Bus, but it sounds nice when you're here alone because you and I can chat. He's a bit of chatterbox. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you being here, Spin.
I think you're making stuff up now, Al.
I'm glad you're here. Let's talk Wolves first. A lot of stuff to discuss. The Wolves do a second game in a row where they just absolutely played the way you want them to play. 133 over Portland's 109. My guy, and he's not better than Ant. People don't take this. I'm loving Julius Randle when he wants to play ball. For the most part, I think he's the anchor of this team as far as always showing up. 41 points, season high for him. What do you think of Julius?
He had a great game last night.
Yeah, you did.
I agree with you, Al. Like, it's crazy. Julius got a lot of crap in New York for effort, for attitude, for playoff performances. Those are the big three things that the Knicks were like, okay, we got to get rid of you because of these three things. I feel like those are the best three things he brings to the court right now. It's crazy. It's just been a huge transformation for him. It seems like he and his personality fit Minnesota a little bit more and fit the team a little bit more. So I'm just glad and happy for him because it's kind of like a perennial on the borderline all-star player who got a lot of crap throughout his career. So I'm glad he can get some good stuff.
I'm glad you brought up the All-Star thing. The story today about Randall and this going off is the guy who beat him going to the All-Star game, and is actually on the team. I'm going to miss, was it, what was his name? It doesn't matter. Oh, Denny Avdija?
Yeah, Denny Avdija.
Okay, so he went, so that's why Randall went off, because evidently, and they're hinting in he kind of even said it, when he didn't get picked for the All-Star game after the seasons he had, evidently Julius was quite down, and the team kind of felt that same negatometer stuff, and at some point decided, okay, I'm just going to go to the beach with my kids, and we'll have a great weekend, and I'm fine.
Yep.
You work with athletes all the time. Is that a fair thing, that Julius gets upset because he didn't go to an All-Star game, so for the next couple, 3 games, he just won't play his best?
I mean,
is that acceptable? I mean, it's people.
It's people, and there's just different types of athletes, Al. And I think you have to know, like, as a coach or as a coach at the college level professionally, it's more like as an organization, what that player needs in that moment to get back to where you want him to be. Because, like, if you're the Wolves, you don't really care about 3 regular season games that much. But you need Julius in that mentality that he was in last night for the last 20 to 30 games of the season. So I think if he needs to go to the beach with his kids for a week and miss 2 or 3 games, and that's what gets him locked in, ready to go for the rest of the year, heck yeah. I mean, it's like Phil Jackson let Dennis Rodman go to Vegas in the middle of a playoff series for the Bulls, and then he came back and had 22 rebounds in the next game. So I just think we got to understand people a little more.
And this is the week off because of the All-Star. He's just not, he has the All-Star weekend off so he can go do that. I don't disagree with you, but as a coach, let's just go the Rodman thing. If you treat each player differently like that, don't you run into problems? The next guy down says, well, I want to take a couple, 3 days. You then almost have to let him. You can't, in a sport, can you treat each one that individually?
Honestly, I think it depends on the team and your leadership group. I think that's part of it, right?
Sure.
Going back to the Bulls example, Michael Jordan wasn't in the locker room complaining about Rodman being there. And if he was hearing people complain about Rodman, he was saying, can you get 22 rebounds a night? So I think, there's that part of it, too, where it's you do have to have the leadership group available. But I do think you can coach athletes differently. I really do. And I think some athletes respond to different things. I have athletes in my gym that tell me to yell at them more. I want you to be harder on me. I want that. And then I
Well,
have athletes who, when I'm harder on them, they melt, right? It's the confidence
yeah,
thing. So it's like
yeah.
I do really think you have to do both if you want to get the best out of your team.
I guess I'm thinking about it's like rules. We had a basketball
Okay.
team, but
Yeah.
you couldn't have long hair on the basketball team. Coach
Yep.
didn't like it, and you had to wear the same color shoes. That was his 2 rules. And then some very good player comes in, well, I'm doing it anyway. And he didn't change it. Well, all of a sudden, then the next thing you know, everybody's got some long hair and everybody's got the weird shoes. I'm not saying these change basketball in any way, but it changes who's in charge. So, Rodman, you're great. You take 3 days off. The next guy wants a couple off or whatever, and they're like, no, you're not good enough to get that. It just upsets the team, doesn't it? I mean, I would just think it would.
Yeah, I mean that I see what you're saying about the rules situation, but
Yeah.
again, I think if you use communication skills and
Yeah.
get it across to your team as why that particular person needs that particular thing in that
Yeah.
moment, a lot of times they're understanding of it. And all
Sure.
the
No.
team wants is that player playing at their best. That's all they
Yeah.
care about, you know? So it's like if breaking a rule gets them playing at their best and we win more, it's good.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go down this Portland game just a little bit. Portland is not much of a squad. They're under 500. You look at their players. I wouldn't have been able to name a couple of them off the top of my head, but they stayed into it for about 3 quarters. What I wanted to get at, if I told you Ant after 33 minutes would have nothing but 14 points, you wouldn't think we'd win that anyway, would you? Ant did not have a great day.
No, he didn't. And I agree. I definitely would not be like, yep, we're going to win that game in that scenario.
Yeah.
Julius did a good job. The team did a good job. What do you think of Desumu? Because I feel like he's an Al Travis type of player.
I'm loving the guy.
Yeah.
28 minutes, 12 points. He has had a double figure scoring off the bench every time. And he's the second or third guy off the bench. He's had that. And when he comes in, everything changes. He wants to show why he's here. I love Ahoy. Is it Ahoyo? Ahoy? I don't know how you pronounce
I'm not sure how to pronounce
I
his
know.
first name, so that's
I don't care.
My bad.
He's never-
I don't. I just love the defense too. I
Yep.
feel like the man tries so hard on the defensive end all the time,
Yeah.
constantly. So he really is Nickeil Alexander-Walker for us. Like,
Yep.
honestly, good defender, comes off the bench and score, doesn't care about anything except winning basketball.
Long arms. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. The other thing, tell me how Ant Edwards, was he in? I didn't get to actually watch the game. I read up on it. Ant Edwards did not have a free throw.
Yeah,
Was he not going to? How does that happen?
That was a crazy one last night. I mean, there were a couple bad calls, but I just think the way Ant was going about the game just wasn't his normal level of aggressiveness. And I think part of that is that Julius was so stinking hot.
Oh.
So it's like, let's just give Julius the ball. Ant, I'm going to play off the ball a little more and not quite be as focal pointy. And this is what I want. I don't want Ant to have to score 40 in a game against Portland. This is great.
Agree.
Ant played
100%
33
agree.
minutes, took 10 shots, 50% from the field. Great. Awesome.
Is the break coming at the right time? Minnesota now has 2 decent wins in a row, whooping up on teams that we should whoop up on. All the guys on the bench got to play yesterday. It's kind of what we need. And now you got to take 4 days, 5 days off. Is this at a good time or not? And I don't know about Ant. If his foot's so bothering him, I'd tell him, you're coming off the bench, go put your tracksuit on, but don't go play. I'd almost ask Ant not to play in the All-Star game.
Yeah, I mean, I think if Ant's if this situation is any real injury at all, he won't be playing. I just don't think he cares enough to play in a game that doesn't matter. I do have an interesting question for you related to the All-Star game, Al. And this was not my original idea. This was brought up by one of my favorite sports media guys.
All right.
Instead of the All-Star game.
Wait, before you go any further, I'm not your favorite sports media guy. Who is? That kind of hurts my feelings, Spin. Who is it?
I don't speak. His name is Kevin Wilds. He
No
hosts
idea.
a Fox Sports show. Anyway, Royal Rumble for one-on-one basketball Royal Rumble. So, you have all, whatever it is, 25 guys.
Yep.
You're playing one-on-one to 3 points. Once you lose, you're out. And the new guy comes on, you play all 25 guys. Whoever's left at the end wins. The order is randomly drawn.
It's like sixth grade when you do that. So I would watch it. I'd watch it in a heartbeat because it's something
It'd be more
interesting.
fun than the All-Star game.
100%. And I don't, the hockey guys got something going on where they started, the U.S. against Canada or the other team. They split it up by nationalities because they all want to win for their country, almost an Olympics thing.
Yep.
They got to find a way that's something we do with the basketball guys, or I think the money is just too good. They don't really care.
Well,
It's a worthless weekend.
Agreed. And that's what they're trying to do this year with two USA and world teams. So I do get that part of it. If you want to, So I just think you got to change it up. And I thought the Royal Rumble idea was very funny.
Yeah, I know. I would get behind that 100%. Let's go to break. We'll talk a little Olympic action after this. I've got him. Spinny from Hard Headed Sports.
If it's your turn to host a game, Grandpa's Barbecue suggests you try something different. Put out the perfect barbecue flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. Add it to your ribs, dip the meatballs, or drench your wings in the original flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. It isn't too hot or spicy, fruity or smoky or whatever. Grandpa's Barbecue. Available in select stores and online at grandpasbarbecueshop.com.
Think about it. A famous politician once said, "You're entitled to your opinion, but you are not entitled to your own facts." But in a world full of AI and fake news, where can Minnesotans find the facts? Center of the American Experiment is Minnesota's go-to source for fact-based analysis and common sense solutions for taxes, energy, public safety, and our kids' education. Visit AmericanExperiment.org for more information. Think About It is brought to you by Center of the American Experiment, Minnesota's think tank.
Easily offended? The Al Travis Show is not for you. The Al Travis Show. All sides are welcome.
We are going to talk Olympics. Some people will get offended by the conversation that's coming up, but we have to have it. It's what we do on the show. Spinny, appreciate you being here. I presume at your age, you will not understand this statement, but the Olympics, the Winter Olympics, do not start until today when the men's hockey team starts playing. And I know that sounds weird because they've been playing for a while, but because of what happened, the Miracle on Ice in 1980, when you were like 6 months old, this is when the Olympics starts. Does that make any sense? This is it.
Yeah, I memean, I wouldn't say Olympics starts, but this is when the Olympics ramp up, sure.
Yeah. Because, and I want to ask you on a couple of us. Did I ask you about medal counts? You and I haven't talked about that yet. Okay.
Nope.
Good. That'll be good. I want to ask you first about judged events. I'm against judged events. I like who scored more. I like who did it faster, with the clock. But and again, people love the figure skating. I get it. It's beautiful, all that stuff. But the fact that somebody's toe wasn't pointing in the right direction in the middle of a flippy thing doesn't matter to me, and that you won and the other person didn't. I don't like those events. Your thoughts?
I'm kind of with you on principle, Al. Like, from the perspective of, it's the same as like refs in any sport. I want you to have as little to do with the match as possible. Let the athletes compete with the athletes. So, like,
there you go.
The perspective of, like, you know, interpretation in judge-led events is annoying to me. Now, that being said, like, snowboard super pipe is probably my favorite event in the whole Olympics. So, like, and that's a judged event. So take it with a grain of salt, I guess.
But you like that because it's so crazy wild, right? I mean, you just have, you know, so it's the excitement of whether a guy's going to beam his head in or not. But it's like the long jump for me, you know, when they go off that the ramp, the ski jump.
Yep.
You know who went furthest. That's easy, but the whole thing is exciting to watch. But this also comes from, again, I hate to keep bringing your age up, Spin, but back in the day, the Russians used to screw up the gymnastics all the time. The Russian judge always sank the U.S. team, just gave them some unbelievably low number. And they even had to change the rule on how they judge it, in that the bottom one gets thrown out, the top one gets thrown out. And they had to do all that because the judging is just too hard to keep it fair. Now, I'm glad we agree on that, Spin. I like that. You're going to be honest with me. Now the medal count thing. This is just me. They keep track of which country has the most medals, right? And right now, as we sit, Italy has 5 gold, 2 silver, 7 bronze, 14 total. They're in first place. I want to throw this out. You have 2 options. One is, who cares who has the most silver and bronze? That's the first loser, the silver guy, the first loser. Why are we keeping track of that? You go to be the fastest, the best. I only want to count gold medals. Tell me I'm wrong. And if you're going to do it the way we're doing it now, shouldn't a gold count for 3 points, silver for 2, and then a bronze for 1 or something? Why is any medal, a bronze, just as legit as a gold? Tell me, Spin.
Okay. Again, I'm sorry for all the listeners, but I agree with you.
I'm 2 for 2.
I think 3-2-1 is the way to go, though. I'm not a second loser situation. You might have went too far in my head with that. I think being the third best in the whole world at something is pretty darn good. But I love the 3-2-1 point system scenario because.
Let me go at you for a coach, though. As a coach, you take your team to, let's say, an 8-team weekend tournament, right?
Yep.
Are you really saying, hey, nice job, girls, we came in third?
Okay, but if I take my team to a 800-team tournament and we get third, like, if we get third in the NCAA tournament, I'm like, let's go, y'all. Like, we're killing it, you know? So, yeah, would I rather get first? Of course. But, like, third of 7 billion is probably pretty decent.
Fair enough. Okay. I'm still going to stand my ground because I think I have some moral high ground to stand on. Last thing, though. So, like you say, the hockey's starting today, the men's hockey. Women are doing fine. Men's hockey starts. What are your thoughts on how that messes up the actual hockey in the United States, right? A lot of guys got to go. Some get to rest, get back to healed up. But these hockey guys will play for their countries like nobody's business. Risk of injury, not getting that rest, it really messes with the NHL.
It does, but, like, let's be real, Al. It's worth it, right? Like, baseball kind of does it with the World Baseball Classic and stuff, and it's going to happen now with baseball, hopefully, cross our fingers, getting in the Olympics. So there'll be things where it'll happen. And I think the product you get of hockey men's hockey on the national level is one of, and I don't even like hockey, Al. I have a bunch of hockey friends, and they roast me for knowing nothing about hockey. But hockey on the Olympic level is so cool and so fun and so, like, just the most competitive thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you. That's what I'm saying. It starts today. Hey, Spin, I'm out of time. You know I love having you in the program. How does somebody pick up Hard-Headed Sports now that they know you agree with me on most things? It could make quite exciting.
Yeah, I'm sorry we have to agree with Al, so you probably won't check us out. But Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube is where you can find us.
Always a pleasure, Spin. Appreciate it. It's Hard-Headed Sports.
Chanhassen Dinner Theaters proudly presents